Oh, we are live.
Yes, we are.
That's pretty- Caught me flat-footed there, Geraldine. Sorry about that. Hey, welcome to Dog Hugs, you guys. Great to see you, Geraldine. Spider, great to see you too. Come here, little buddy.
Hi, Larry. Hi, Spider. Spider does still like me. He really does.
Yeah. Hey, folks, today we're going to talk about senior dogs, and we're going to celebrate, in fact, one really amazing senior, easy for you to say, Geraldine, senior dog, Flashy Ferrari of the Perondi Stunt Dog Show. And we're going to see Ferrari in a moment in a special interview that we did with Chris and Suhey Perondi, whom we've seen on the show before. Geraldine, you have so much wisdom to share with folks about senior dogs. Let's give folks a preview of what we'll talk about after this interview.
Absolutely. I mean, we all end up as a senior, right?
Hopefully.
Long enough, we end up as a senior. And becoming a senior, there's always a little special need, especially if you have a dog like Ferrari who was an athlete. I mean, she's an athlete, a true Olympic champion in my eyes. And so her joints are a little worn out. She might need a different fat level in her diet. She might need stretching to avoid injury that she might be a little more prone to. So there's a warm up and a cool down process, just like us, that is something you would really want to pay attention to. So we're going to discuss some of those nuances for just the dog you have at home that's still wonderful and special, but might not be quite Olympic athlete material, but still will suffer from some of those issues. And we'll just discuss a few tips and tricks about that. And I think today's going to be a really interesting and amazing show.
Yes. We can always imagine that Olympic athlete that is somewhere in all of us, however we are in life.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. So, pardon me?
It's all relative, right?
It's all relative, right?
Yeah.
Look what Spider's getting on with here. So, you know what? While we play this interview, I'm going to get Spider started first with his treat ball. There are treats inside of here. Spider, wait. We're going to go from the laundry lounge over into the studio. Come here, buddy. Sit. Wait.
He has so improved.
Wait there. Yeah, he is really getting there. Wait there, buddy.
We were discussing earlier about patience and how important it is to have patience today with really everything. And Larry's has great patience, and Spider's benefiting from that. They both are, because now they're in an environment where they trust one another.
I definitely am. So we're making this a puzzle. So the treat ball is Spider's ready. Is inside of this bowl. That's going to be it. I didn't say go yet. There you go, buddy. Wait. Okay. Now you can get it. Great. All right, we'll check in on Spider in a little bit, or either that or he'll check in on us. Let's go back to the laundry lounge and get on with our interview with Flashy Ferrari and Chris and Suhey Perondi. Here we go. Well, hi, Chris and Suhey. It's so great to see you guys.
Hi, Larry. Hey, Larry, how's it going? Good to see you.
Yeah, really great. We're going to honor Ferrari today.
That's it right here.
Yeah. You know, I'm wearing my Stunt Dog Experience shirt because Ferrari is the logo dog.
She is. She's the one in the logo of our Stunt Dog Experience. She's the one that started it, huh, big girl? Yeah.
Yeah. How old is she?
Ferrari will be 14 this October. So 13, but getting close. Closer to 14 than 13.
Wow, that's great.
She's still going strong, though, Larry. She actually is doing great. Very active, very healthy. Couldn't ask for a better girl.
Well, in fact, I understand that you guys actually performed this last weekend in a competition.
We did. Well, we competed. It was a frisbee dog competition, and that's how I got started training dogs. I wanted a dog to catch a frisbee, and found out it was a sport, and that's what got me hooked. And I've been, doing it when I can ever since. Obviously, we do our shows, but we've competed over the years here and there. In fact, Flashy Ferrari hasn't competed in almost 10 years. She was around 3.5 when she won the West Coast Regional and went to the finals and qualified for the Worlds. And I believe she got 4th or 5th place in the world that year. And she's been a very spectacular dog, most athletic dog I've ever had in my pack and on my team and my family. This dog used to be able to just leap so high. I mean, her high jump record was like 60 inches in high jumping, and her frisbee stunts were just unbelievable.
She's higher than that, actually, like 66.
Yeah, actually, she did go even higher than 60. Yeah, that's right. Her record was 66 inches. Yeah, unbelievable. Just an unbelievable jumper and athlete.
So you guys brought her, I guess, out of retirement, so to speak, and just decided to do a fun competition this last weekend.
Yeah, we just kept it low and kept it easy. Obviously, she can't be doing the vaults and the big stunts anymore, but she can still catch frisbees. So I kind of mixed it up and put together a fun little routine with her. It was about a 2-minute routine.
Here we go. We're going to share this with the folks, and you're certainly welcome to tell us more about this. Where was this?
This was in Lodi, California, at the All Sports Dog Park. Friends of ours, just real nice people over there. And the guy that runs it used to be in my club. His name's Steve Tier, and he was actually one of my first club members in my first year doing my club when I started it back in 1998. And obviously doing shows, can't really do club stuff anymore, but he kind of took over the reign in the area, and he's been putting together some really fun events. Real good guy. And great people, lots of fun.
Barely looks like she's lost half a step there.
Oh, thanks, Larry. Yeah, she's still going good, man. Look at the athleticism.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't ask for anything more. You know, we try to keep it safe and keep it low and keep it short, and not overdo it with her. But sometimes she really surprises me with an amazing leap still. So when you're in a competition, you're judged based on your accuracy, your difficulty, and your showmanship. So for difficulty of throws and moves, and they're looking for accuracy. Of course, that's basically your hit-miss ratio.
Yeah.
Good showmanship. Is the routine put together well? Does it have good disc management? Do I have disc in my hand to keep the flow moving, or am I running around trying to grab a whole bunch of frisbees? Well, this was my little mess up. The wind kind of was picking up there, and it was kind of a new move I've been working on. And
I like the move
because you get with competitions, you want to try to throw in some extra difficulty there just so you get those bonus points. But
yeah,
I was trying to show off a little bit there for Ferrari's sake, so to help her points, because he's a little slower. There's a nice trick throw.
That is nice. Well, I tell you, her focus is so strong.
Oh yeah, she has always been very focused. Look at it, just keep her eye on the frisbees. Those are butterfly catches, those are easy, and she's always been kind of a master at those. Just where I flip the disc end over in and they try to catch it. It's not an easy one.
Bravo, nice finish there, man.
Yeah, thank you. Nice dog catch. It's been her claim to fame catch. I throw the disc in the air as she's coming at me. She catches it and then lands in my arms. That's your favorite, huh?
Now, you guys have been on television together.
We have, many times.
What are some of the shows that Ferrari's been on?
Well, Ferrari's biggest show, well, a couple of her biggest shows. One was the Oprah Winfrey Show.
Yes.
She was also in the Rose Parade. It was 2014 Rose Parade with the Lucy Pet Foundation.
Right.
To promote Lucy Pet. Still good friends with them. They're still they're sponsors of ours now, and so it's been a wonderful relationship. And that was such an experience. So it was, 5.5 miles, 600,000 people watching as we perform on a moving float. I had the honor of being on Lucy Pet's float the following year when we did the Wave Maker machine. Yeah, it's such a thrill, though, isn't it? It's a rush.
Oh, yes. What a great experience. Yeah, you didn't get to go, Spider.
Sorry, Spider. Next time.
He was complaining about that.
Right.
Next time.
So
Flashy Ferrari was actually also on the Queen Latifah show. That was, you know what year that was?
That must have
been
been
a while.
5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah,
Well, maybe about 5 years ago.
Yeah, it was a real treat to be on the Queen Latifah show. She is such a down-to-earth person, so sweet. Gave us about 5.5 minutes of airtime with, you know, like a 3.5 minute performance along with the interview. It was definitely on the top of my list of TV appearance.
well, there you go. There's an introduction to Flashy Ferrari, now on her way to a wonderful retirement, still traveling around with the Perondis when they're able to get back on the road there. We've had some wonderful comments coming in, folks. Really, thank you again. Let's see, let's get back to Tiffany's comment. There you go. Yeah, love your dog. Yeah. And oh my God, had a dog like yours. I'm going to assume you're going to talk about Ferrari. Ferrari does look a little bit like Spider, so maybe you're talking about Spider too, Tiffany. Thanks for being with us. And Sarah Smith from Saginaw. Wow, that's a cool image there, Sarah. Like that. Hello. And Joanne,
I love Saginaw.
good to see you again today, Joanne.
Hi, Joanne.
So
They're so sweet for tuning in.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
We've begun to get a sense of how we can make our lives better for our senior dogs. As Geraldine was mentioning before, it's a real blessing when we all can become seniors.
Definitely. It's a chapter of life that I hope everyone, especially our dogs, have a chance to experience with us in the healthiest way possible. I mean, our bodies wear out. They don't run forever. They don't have 100% money back guarantee if they do. So we do what we can in order to keep our joints lubricated and stretch. And actually our bodies are a pump and a filter. So if you get a little nice walk every day and mentally work yourself out as well, your body it's doing what it wants and needs to do, and also you're maintaining it properly so you get as many miles out of it as you can. So as your dogs become senior dogs, they have some of the same issues with arthritis and joint issues. Think about being on all fours all the time. So they have basically two sets of hips because their shoulders, their withers are very similar like to ours, but they also are on them all the time. So gravity, it's a lot.
It's a lot. And it reminds me of my own aging and although
Mine
it's a
too.
number, that I have to be mindful of emphasizing those best things in me.
So I'll pay attention to like their teeth by making sure I give my senior dogs, either if I haven't been they haven't had parents in their lives where they've kept their teeth clean, I'll do something, give them something to chew on that will help with cleaning their teeth to help their heart last longer. I'll make sure their bed that they sleep on, maybe it's a memory foam bed. I know Sealy makes a great memory foam bed, and that helps their joints, gives them a little bit more cushion, so there's better circulation around their joints as they age. I'm a big fan of stretching.
Amen. Yes.
That keeps us young.
Explain, Geraldine, why teeth are connected to the heart.
So that's a great question. We have a vascular system around our face. A lot of those veins go directly down to our heart. So if you think about when you have any kind of cuts in your gums or dental issues where your gums have pulled away, an infection begins and that gets into the bloodstream right there in your mouth and goes straight down to your heart. And that infection actually hurts your heart, causes all kinds of distress. And if your body is not able to pump blood oxygenated through your entire body, then that's your fuel. That's part of your fuel of your existence. So taking care of their teeth helps keep them from a lot of heart disease and heart issues.
Yeah, thank you very much. So we're going to now show another segment of the interview with Chris and Suhey. and they are going to be interviewed by a legendary performer of Things Dog, and I'll just leave it as a surprise who that's going to be, who is himself now I guess we could officially call him a senior dog, Geraldine. But here we go. Here's a nice surprise for you guys.
So television, what is it like to perform with dogs on television?
Well, it's exciting. It's nerve-wracking sometimes, but we're just trying to be ourselves, and just have fun with our dogs. I mean, that's really what we're doing, just playing with them, having fun, and getting a chance to showcase the things that we've trained them to do, and showing off their athleticism and intelligence, basically. I mean, it really is a lot of fun.
Tell the folks about the most recent television experience you have that's actually airing right now.
Absolutely. You tell them. I'm gonna do all the talking.
That's right. We are currently on Disney Plus. It's a show called It's a Dog's Life.
Nice.
And it's hosted by Bill Farmer, who's the voice of Goofy.
Yep, and Pluto and many more.
Yeah, and that was really, really fun to shoot. I think we filmed back in November, so we've kind of been waiting quite a while to see how it turned out, and we're really happy with it. I was telling my family we got 8 minutes of fame. It's about 8 minutes.
More than that.
Yeah. There's a lot of content in there. All of our dogs are featured, and it really just turned out really nice. I'm really happy with it.
Well, they came to our house and filmed for 2 days. So this is Bill hanging out with us in our home,
And his wife.
and his wife Jill, and all Jen, and they just such down to earth people, so friendly. We felt like family working with them. They made us feel such at home, and they were so excited to work with us. This is in our living room. They're setting up the lights and doing some filming as we interview with Bill before we go outside in the yard. But before they actually came to our house, they actually went to the theater that we were performing at the weekend prior in Livermore, and they filmed our live show and got some footage from it from our first act, and it turned out great. Boy, they showed a whole bunch right at the start of the episode, and got a chance to really feature a lot of the things that we do in our show.
That's really beautiful. So you also went around with the Stunt Dog Academy, showed them around and did some filming outdoors.
We did our Stunt Dog Academy on our property in Prince Camp, California. Yes, and that's our dock in the background. You can see that we do dock diving, and we offer dog training.
Yeah.
Dogs jumping in the water, and we do therapy swims, and sometimes we even run competitions.
Folks, if you ever have a chance to get out there, it's a beautiful property, and they have some wonderful competitions and training events there. So here's Coda, and I see Bill Farmer's got a hoop there, Suhey.
That's right. I was going over how I taught Coda to jump through the hoop, and Bill Farmer wanted to get a chance to have Kodak jump through the hoop over his head, and you had a chance to do that in the show. So that was really fun.
Your signature move. You let Bill do it.
Yes, I let Bill
Did he survive?
You'll have to watch the episode to actually see if it happens correctly or not.
Right. Okay.
There were some bloopers. I don't want to give anything away.
Oh, that's wonderful.
All the bloopers made it in the show.
Yeah.
Hey, when you work with live animals, nothing's ever perfect. In the matter of you just keep it in perspective. Just have fun, out there with the dogs.
Amen. So as you guys know, shelters are a really important part of what Dog Hugs is about. And it's part of what brought us together to do our book and the spirit of shelters and rescue dogs. So tell us about Ferrari's history.
Well, Ferrari actually doesn't come from a shelter. She comes from right off the street. A trainer friend of ours found 2 puppies on the side of the road and brought them in, and we found out about them. And the rest is pretty much history. I went out and got her, flew her back home, and had her ever since. She was just about 10 weeks old when we brought her home, and she's been a spectacular dog. Just got real lucky, like a diamond in the rough. And you say you normally only get one of those types of dogs in your lifetime, but I had Pepper, my first, and Ferrari looked a lot like Pepper as far as markings and coloring and the breed and whatnot. And so I was really drawn to her as a puppy. So I had to give her a shot. But yeah, sometimes you get them right off the street. Other times you get them from shelters, like little Split here.
That's right. Since he's laying on my lap right now, being a good boy, I'm going to give a shelter shout out to
As long as he's being a good boy.
where we adopted him from, which was just down the street, a shelter called Pets and Pals. That's in Lathrop, California. And he actually ended up there after they found him roaming the streets nearby. They picked him up, and I found him through Pet Finder, and then I drove down there and got a good look at him and evaluated him a little bit, and I brought him home the next day.
The next day, wow.
And he's been in trouble ever since.
No way! Look at this face.
Yeah,
He's trouble.
he's looking pretty mellow now. I see Hollywood.
Boy.
Leo's
Loud and obnoxious. And if you're not careful, he'll mount you, start humping you.
And you guys, you know, gratitude is a big part of this show. Is there somebody in your life or in the world who you'd love to express some gratitude or share a blessing with today?
I'd say your sister Stephanie for all her help recently with our dogs. We've had a couple dogs going through some things. Stephanie Mercado, and she's also been a big fan of ours on our podcast and your podcast, and always supporting us.
Yeah,
He actually helped take Coda's stitches out. He had 5 inches of stitches that recently had to be removed from his tummy.
Right.
He ate things he shouldn't have, and unfortunately had to go in and perform surgery on him.
you're
He's
there, fighter.
doing better. Yeah, it's gotta watch it. Unfortunately, there's some things when they eat they just can't process, and he was what he ate was so large that he couldn't even get it out. You know.
Yeah.
So
Well, blessings to Stephanie.
yes.
Well, thank you guys so much for being on the show. Love you guys.
Thanks,
Take care.
Larry.
Look you soon. Attaboy, Spider.
Bye, Spider.
And the nice puppy.
Well, thank you so much again, Chris and Suhey Perondi, for being on the show and sharing a little bit of what's going on with Bill Farmer.
I love that. I love Goofy.
Yeah, you know, I think you know this about me, Geraldine. You know, I used to write television cartoons and computer games and that sort of thing. And I was an approved Mickey Mouse writer at Disney. You know, you had to like be on the list to be able to do Mickey's golly lines, you know.
Oh, Ollie, exactly.
And actually writing Goofy's lines, doing a it was really my favorite.
What a joy. What a
What a
fun
joy.
memory.
Yeah.
Well, I love the Perondis. I think they're super fantastic, and their dogs are amazing. And, you know, Ferrari, we're so lucky to have spent any time at all with her. So we look at every day as a gift, every single day.
Amen. Amen. All right. Well, it's time for our shelter shout outs.
It is.
I am going this week. I've talked about them before. Let me put up the little banner here. There we go. Our shelter shout out, the Latham Foundation, who was really one of the first to discover the films that I have been doing with shelter dogs. So again, thank you to them. They've been around for 100 years. So you can imagine what the world of humane care was like 100 years ago. They have really done that. So blessings.
Such a beautiful,
and shelter shout out to the Latham Foundation.
such a beautiful organization. That's so great. And I'm going to give my shelter shout out to the Kansas City Pet Project again. There are so many other great ones as well, but there's a reason why I'm shouting out to them as a congratulations, that they are now thrilled to announce that they're participating in the It's called the Human Animal Support Services Program, where they're turning their whole shelter, because it's empty right now, into a community center where you can come in and take training lessons and socialize your pets, and they'll have products there, samples for you to try with different companies, etc. And they're just launching that coming up. So congratulations, and go team go.
What a brilliant idea.
Yeah, it's a
Bravo.
great way to bring the community together and help train pets, especially through all of the changes that are going to happen as we start transitioning back out, regardless of what age your pet is.
Yes, yes, great. Anybody on your mind, on your heart today for some gratitude?
I'm so very grateful for all the volunteers and the fosters, as we spoke of yesterday, across the country, that are helping keep those shelters empty right now so they can reposition themselves, and just putting their heart and soul into taking care of all of those animals who need their help. So thank you, fosters. Thank you, volunteers and volunteer fosters. Thank you for everything you're doing to make the animals world a better world as we speak.
Beautifully said, Geraldine. My gratitude, my blessing today, again, goes to Robbie, our team member and co-host Robbie, who, as you may know if you've seen the show this week, her soul dog passed away after
15 years.
15 years.
Yeah.
Passed away on Saturday, and Robbie is mourning this week and healing. And
We miss you, Robbie.
Yeah, we miss you. We're thinking about you. All right. Lots of love to you guys too. And to Spider.
Who is doing a great job. I'm very proud of him. So good job, Spider. We're grateful for you hanging in there.
Good job, Spider. Yeah. Do we want to say who our guest is tomorrow, or leave it as a surprise?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and slip the news because it's really fun. You know, after training dogs in Las Vegas for almost 17 years, I had the privilege of training for some of the most amazing human beings in the galaxy. And one of those human beings is John D. Domenico. He's an award-winning, outstanding actor who is what I consider a man of many faces and voices. He is currently well known for being the Trump impersonator that you'll see all over the place. He's all over the place, and you should try to catch up with him at some point on his social media. So he's going to jump in tomorrow. We're going to have a great discussion with him. I trained 3 of his dogs for him over his career so far, and he right now has 2 really cute little ones. You'll get to meet them, hopefully. And so the rest will be a surprise. So please join us, won't you, while we
I'm really excited to meet John. You know, it'll be great. He'll be our first president on the show.
He is our first president, or Dr. Phil. We could, or Austin Powers. We have our choices.
So we've got TV personality, presidents, movie stars, and international spy of mystery on the
Love
show
it.
tomorrow. John D.
Yes.
John D. Domenico. All right. Big hugs to you guys. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.